City say go, chest say wait. Split the difference in the middle of the night.
I've been living in a timeline where the lights are always green. Every go feel automatic, every pause feeling obscene. Scrolling through a highlight reel of people running past, like if I don't keep up with them, I'm forever coming last. So I press the pedal harder just to match somebody's pace. Feel my shoulders climb my neck, feel my heartbeat start to race. Every inbox like an engine revving up inside my head. Every did you get my message like a cop light flashing red. Tonight I took a different route, let the traffic thin to none. Found a stretch of empty asphalt where the race is finally done. Purple clouds above the skyline like a watercolor bruise. Lo-fi drums inside the speakers giving me permission to. Now every green light feels like slow-mo in the stoner haze. I don't jump the second turns, I take breath and then I blaze. Let the smoke curl off the dash, spell a sentence I forgot. You don't have to earn your oxygen by giving all you got. Slow motion green lights, I'm still moving just not fast. 420 little protests from a future to a past. Blues guitar around me, bass like steady ground. I don't know the world, my panic just to say I've been around. If they honk behind my bumper cause I didn't jump on sight, let them rage, I'll catch the next one in the slow motion green light. I remember every season I confused alive with loud. Thought the loudest in the room was the most fulfilled and proud. So I stuffed my schedule full until it burst at every seam. Slept in 5 8-minute installments, called that chasing down the dream. But the dream stopped feeling dreamy when my body tapped the glass. Said you're missing all the scenery, try not to come in last. Hands shook on the steering wheel, breath short like hired help. Working shifts for everybody while abandoning myself. So I started saying later when the pressure, yeah, right now. Started letting conversations in before they broke my vow. Began treating every heartbeat like a fragile little drum, not a metronome for others who don't care what I become. Now the lane lines blur like brushstrokes in a painting made of smoke. Every exhale like an edit to the words I never spoke. So when life throws me a signal saying hurry or you'll lose, I can smile and wave it off. I got the freedom now to choose. Slow motion green lights, I'm still moving just not fast. 420 little protests from a future to a past. Blues guitar around me, bass like steady ground. I don't know the world, my panic is to say I've been around. If they honk behind my bumper cause I didn't jump on sight, let them rage, I'll catch the next one in the slow motion green light. Maybe progress isn't measured in how quick I cross a line, but in whether I can feel my toes and recognize what's mine. In the nights I go to sleep without a war inside my chest. In the days I say I'm tired and then actually get to rest. So if rush hour is religion, I'm a quiet heretic. I believe in holy pauses where the seconds choose to stick. Where a red or yellow moment isn't something to endure, but a window to remember that I'm human, that I'm pure. By the time I hit the river, city lights are turning faint. All the deadlines on my back wash away like water paint. I pull over by the railing, kill the engine, let it cool. Watch reflections on the surface from a world that loves to rule. And I promise to the ripples I'll keep checking in with me, even when the group chat screams that I should hustle, should agree. Cause I've tasted what it's like to let the signal take its time, and I'd rather be at peace than be applauded for the grind. So when sunrise paints the buildings with a neon urge to start, I'll still get up, still be working, but I'll carry my own heart. Not a trophy for the rat race, not a battery on feet, just a driver taking care not to burn out in the sea. Slow motion green lights, I'm still moving just not fast. 420 little protests from a future to a past. Blues guitar around me, bass like steady ground. I don't know the world, my panic just to say I've been around. If they honk behind my bumper cause I didn't jump on sight, let them rage, I'll catch the next one in the slow motion green light. Yeah.
more.
Turn the key, nothing happened, just a click and then a side. Dashboard staying dark and quiet, like it's finally time to try. Pop the hood, poke the cables, but I kinda understand. This machine just hit a limit that I never planned. Cause I've been running on the same juice, same old, same tank. Jump start after jump start from whoever's near the bank. Drinking coffee as a band-aid, taking naps inside my feed. Calling breakdown just a phase when they're really what I need. So I call a friend for rescue, but he stuck at work till 9. Say it's cool, I'll catch a ride, trying not to cross the line. Then I look back at the driveway, see this car just sitting still, and I feel a strange relief slide down my overactive wheel. Maybe I was never meant to push through every single stall. Maybe dead battery ain't failure, it's a mercy, it's a call. So instead of forcing cables, I just lean against the door. Let the morning light remind me what I'm doing all this for. Dead battery, daydream. I'm stranded, but I'm free. 420, little time out from the race I didn't choose to be. Loser chords inside my headphones, mind on neutral gear. I don't have to crank the engine just cause everyone is here. If I'm late to where I'm going, they can wait or they can leave. I'm just sitting with these daydream, the space to finally breathe. Yeah. Neighbors shuffle past with briefcases and noise. Phones glued to their palms like high-tech toys. One of them says car won't start. Man, that really sucks. I just grin and shrug my shoulders like, yeah, guess I'm out of luck. But behind that little smirk is a quiet secret ease. Cause the universe just handed me permission to appease every part of me that's screaming, bro, we needed one day off. One day not to fake composure, not to wear the office cloth. I take a walk around the block instead of calling for a tow. Let the sun hit every corner, I forgot what's here to glow. Park bench looking like a throne, built for underdogs and fools, where the only dress code needed is no burnout, no more mules. I put music in my ears, same slow burn, dusty beat. Feel my heart start matching tempo with the rhythm in my feet. All the errands and the deadlines melt like mist across the lawn. All the gotta share the must get quiet with the dawn. Dead battery, but I'm free. 420, little time out from the race I didn't choose to be. News chords inside my headphones, mind on neutral gear. I don't have to crank the engine just cause everyone is here. If I'm late to where I'm going, they can wait or they can leave. I'm just sitting with these daydreams, the space to finally breathe. Maybe this is what my body tried to say 1,000 times, when it turned my limbs to concrete, when it scrambled all my lines, when my focus took vacation but my calendar did not, when my joy felt like a stranger and my chest was tied in knots. So I treat this broken morning like a holy little glitch, like the system crashed on purpose to reset a deeper switch. I won't curse the lack of power or the plans I had to switch. I'll say thanks to something nameless for unplugging from the glitch. By the time my homie shows with jumper cables in his hand, I've already made a bargain that I hope he understands. Yeah, we'll spark it back to life. Yeah, I'll get back on the way, but I'm not going back to sprinting like I did the other day. I'll take breaks before I'm empty, I'll say no before I drown. Won't treat every small malfunction like it's trying to take me down. He just nods and clips the cables, metal teeth to tired heart. Engine constant finds its rhythm like it's tuning up for R. As I slide into the driver's seat, I feel a subtle shift, not just in the revs and pistons, but the weight I never lift. And I promise to this dashboard and the mirror and the wheel, I won't wait for full collapse before I honor how I feel. Dead battery, but I'm free. 420, little time off from the race I didn't choose to be. Losing chords inside my headphones, mind on neutral gear. I don't have to crank the engine just cause everyone is here. If I'm late to where I'm going, they can wait or they can leave. I'm just driving with these daydreams in the space to finally breathe. Kick it in a drive, roll slow down the street, but a piece of me stays barefoot where the concrete kiss my feet. If they ask why I look softer, why my eyes don't scream in dark, tell them one dead battery morning gave a jump start to my heart, yeah. Yeah. Inbox full. Tank half. Sky loud. Let's clock out a little late. Laptop closed, but my brain's still typing. Every thought a little email that I never stop writing. Deadlines sitting heavy like they sleeping on my chest. Even when I'm off the clock, they never let me get a rest. So I twist the key and dip, let the asphalt take the lead. Purple rising, looking like an antidote I need. Tatted hands around the wheel, knuckles glowing neon light. Lo-fi drums inside the speakers, put my panic out of sight. Notifications buzzing in the pocket by my thigh, but I'm practicing the art of letting later be reply. If I answer everything, I'll never hear my own tone, so I mute the outer voices just to amplify my own. Street lights streak like yellow highlighters across the page, marking all the little moments I've been giving up to rage. All the evenings that I traded for a metric I can't feel, all the laughter that I canceled just to spin another wheel. Purple horizon deadline, I'm giving it extension. 420 little grace outside of everybody's tension. Lose the chords behind me, bass that keeps me kind. I don't have to solve these emails in the corners of my mind. If tomorrow's still impatient, when the sunrise starts to shine, it can wait behind the clouds of this purple horizon deadline. I remember taking laptops to the passenger seat, turning coffee into courage, turning rest into a cheat. Every grind quote on my timeline had me feeling like a fraud, like I owed my every minute to some economic god. So I answered work at midnight, answered fear at 3 a.m. Gave my whole identity to being useful under them, till the mirror showed a stranger with my eyes but not my light. Just a burned out standing actor playing, always down to fight. Now I'm treating every sunset like a boundary, like a gate. Once the sky goes violet, man, the office gotta wait. I can't sacrifice my ribcage for a budget that won't care. Can't keep auctioning my sanity to people unaware. I let the engine hum a lullaby and low forgiving keys. Let the smoke draw gentle commas where my rain don't worry fleas. And I tell the lumen checklist it can sleep inside the drawer, cause a half-your-life producer ain't what anyone signed for. Purple horizon deadline, I'm giving it extension. 420 little grace outside of everybody's tension. These are chords behind me, bass that keeps me kind. I don't have to solve these emails in the corners of my mind. If tomorrow's still impatient, when the sunrise starts to shine, it can wait behind the clouds of this purple horizon deadline. Maybe hustle isn't holy if it kills the one you are. Maybe all my purpose shouldn't mean I never park the car. Maybe growth is in the moment that you shut the laptop lid, saying I did what I could do today, the rest is just a bit. So I sign a little contract with the colors in the sky. When you start to bleed in purple, I stop trying not to die. I will honor what you're saying, I will listen when you fade. I will choose my lungs and laughter over one more accolade. By the time I hit the overlook, city shrinks to fireflies. All those windows full of overtime look tiny from the rise. And I send a quiet blessing to the souls still at the screens. May you find a way to breathe between your lines and their routines. I lean back in the seat, feel the tension leave my jaw. Let the night air kiss the sweat where I've been carrying the law. And I promise every version of me drowning in the grind. We will never chase a paycheck more than peace inside our mind. Then I turn the key halfway, leave the music on Bermuda. Let my heartbeat be the metronome, my breath the only flute. In that fragile little silence where the deadlines lose their teeth, I remember I'm a person, not a product underneath. Purple horizon deadline, I'm giving it extension. 420 little grace outside of everybody's tension. Music chords behind me, bass that keeps me kind. I don't have to solve these emails in the corners of my mind. If tomorrow's still impatient, when the sunrise starts to shine, it can wait behind the clouds of this purple horizon deadline.
When I drive back in the morning and the messages arrive, I'll be tired, I'll be busy, but I'll also be alive. If they ask how I kept going when I almost crossed that line, I'll say I missed a couple meetings for a purple rising deadline.
This time I'm buckling in what I've been tossing around the cabin. Every trip I ever took, I let my feelings ride loose, bouncing off the doors and windows like they never had a use. Anger in the glove box, sadness fogging up the glass, anxiety in back, kicking hard against my past. I kept driving like a parent in a car that's overcrowded. Turned the music to 100 so the screens got overshouted. Thought control was keeping speed, never pulling to the side, never parking long enough to let the chaos sit and ride. Tonight I'm doing inventory in this purple tinted car. Every mood, every memory, every half feels scarred. I invite them to the front, tell them you can sit one beat, but we're putting on a seatbelt so nobody has to flee. Fiercely shacked and small and shaky, always pointing out the curves. Trust slides in behind me with a heart that still unnerves. Grief climbs in with muddy boots from burial after burial. Hope hops in with scratch to paint, but energy imperial. Seatbelt for my feelings, click them into place. 420, little safety check before I hit the chase. Blues in the background, sky and overcast. I don't gotta go a mile just cause I'm scared of crashing fast. If the ride gets kinda bumpy, they can shake but they won't fly. I got seatbelts for my feelings on this late night hazy drive. I used to eject sadness every time it cracked my voice. Rolled the window, let it tumble like it wasn't still my choice. Told myself you getting extra, told myself you too intense. Drove away from every breakdown like it never made no sense. Sang with anger in the mirror, I'd erase it with a grin. Make a joke out of the boundary that was screaming from within. Let folks cut across my lanes, never humped or hit the brake. Then went home and punched the pillow till my knuckles started to ache. Now I tell that ain't enough, you get a bell, you get a seat. You're invited to the table, you can put down both your feet. You can tell me where it hurts, you can tell me what's unfair, but you're not allowed to drive me, you're not throwing hands in there. Sadness gets a window spot, can stare out at all we lost. Can describe the empty houses, all the bridges we have crossed. I won't shove it in the trunk, I won't act like it's not real, but I also won't let sadness grab the wheel away from here. Seatbelt for my feelings, click on me into place. 420, little safety check before I hit the chase. Blues in the background, sky and overcast. I don't gotta throw 'em out just cause I'm scared of crashing fast. If the ride gets kinda bumpy, they can shake but they won't fly. I got seatbelts for my feelings on this late night hazy drive. Maybe balance isn't numbness, maybe peace ain't only joy. Maybe part of growing up is letting pain have some employ. Give it paperwork and purpose, give it language, give it form. Not just slamming every door each time you feel a little storm. So I buckle every instinct that I used to label wrong. Let them hum along in chorus to this bluesy little song. We're not tossing out the baggage, we're arranging it with care. So when life hits on the corner, we don't scatter everywhere. The highway curves like spine beneath the sky that's almost still. In the cabin feel less haunted than it ever really will. Fear is quieter beside me, now it knows it can exist. Grief is humming with the bass, not just clenching both just fists. Hope leans forward from the backseat, points ahead to something bright. Says it's small and far and fragile, but it's there beyond the night. Trust to judge my rearview mirror, wipes the fog with gentle hands. Whispers not everyone was absent, that'll spill some honest lands. By the time I hit my exit, I'm not empty, not undone. I'm just full of different voices, riding bubble one by one. And I realize all this time I tried to drive ride by shutting down when the road was always safer with my feelings in the round. Seat barrel for my feelings, clink on into place. 420, little safety check before I heat the J's. Blues in the background, sky and overcast. I don't gotta throw 'em out just 'cause I'm scared of crashing fast. If the ride gets kinda bumpy, they can shake but they won't fly. I got seatbelts for my feelings on this late night hazy drive. I park up by my building, one more click before I leave. Unbuckle every passenger, but they stay here, they don't flee. If tomorrow gets too heavy, I know where I'll come to guide. Back to this four-door little circle with seatbelts for my feelings on the ride. With seatbelts for my feelings on the ride.
One last thing before I go upstairs. Caught a curtain call. Caught a curtain call. Parked outside my own front gate. Building quiet lights on timers, neighbors already sedate. I've been playing roles all day long in an office made of glass. Problem solver, born performer, letting every feeling pass. Shook 100 heavy handshakes, laughed at jokes that made me tired. Sign my name on dotted lines that my spirit never hired. Use my voice to sell them comfort, use my face to calm the room. But I left a little trail of me in every hallway, every Now I'm sitting in the driveway with the engine barely on. Purple smear across the windshield like the makeup of the dawn. Lo-fi loop inside the speakers, running credits for the day. List of things I wish I'd said and all the truths I locked away. Tatted fingers picking plastic on this worn out steering wheel. Peeling back the fake composure till the real me gets to feel. I can't carry all their worries up the stairs into my bed, so I let them drip like raindrops on the glass instead. Caught a curtain call, this is where I drop the act. 420 little moment to remember what I lack. Blues piano in the background, bassline holding still. I don't have to be the hero in the small parking mobile. If tomorrow needs a showman, they can page me down the hall. But tonight I'm just a human in a car door curtain call. Car don't go. I practice saying I'm exhausted with no punchline at the end. Try the sentence in the mirror like a script I might send. I rehearse, I need a break without the nervous little grin. Roll it round my tongue like language I was never taught within. I picture telling someone, hey, I'm not okay with that, and not shrinking when they frown. Not retracting what I said, cause I'm tired of being easy, tired of being always fine. Of treating all my boundaries like a secondary line. Dashboard glow, a softer amber like a spotlight getting low. Time for honest monologue before I step into the snow. So I list the things I'm scared of, let them sit between the seats. Fear of losing folks I love, fear of never feeling peace. Then I name the things I'm proud of that I never thought to praise. How I kept on showing up through those heavy silent days. How I sat with friends at midnight just so they could breathe and cry. How I didn't end the story when I really wanted by. Card or curtain call, this is where I drop the act. 420 little moment to remember what I lack. Blues piano in the background, bassline holding still. I don't have to be the hero in the small park yet mobile. If tomorrow needs a showman, they can page me down the hall. But tonight I'm just a human in a car door curtain call. Curtain call. Maybe healing isn't grand, maybe it's these tiny scenes where you're sitting with yourself between the dashboard and the beams, where the applause is just the ticking of the coolant as it cools, where the only critic present finally puts away his tools. No director, no producer, no, you should've done it better. Just a tire set designer taking off his heavy sweater, letting makeup streak and smudge, letting shoulders sag and fall, letting I don't have it in me be the truest line of all. I grab the handle, hesitate, let one more verse unfurl. Promise promise future me, I'll treat him like a precious fragile world. Won't just throw him into scenes that leave him shaking underfed. Won't just sign away his evenings to performances of dread. I'll say no when that is needed, I'll say later without shame. I'll remember I'm not props, I'm not wardrobe, I'm not frame. I'm the one that's been on stage since they first turned on the lights. And I get to choose what stories I keep acting out each night. Finally I kill the engine, let the darkness press in close. Hear the final little footstep of the day's departing ghost. Take a breath so long and heavy that it almost starts to stall. Then I open up the door and this car door curtain call. Car door curtain call, this is where I drop the act. For a 20 little moment to remember what I lack. Blues piano in the background, bassline holding still. I don't have to be the hero in a small parked mobile. If tomorrow needs a showman, they can page me down the hall. But tonight I'm just a human in the car door curtain call. Curtain call. Door shuts off, keys go silent. Stairwell smells like normal life, but I'm walking just a bit more real past the bills and daily strife. If they ask me where I learned to let my armor finally fall, I'll say in a little metal theater at the car door curtain call. At the car door curtain call. At the car door curtain call. Car door curtain call.
Under the bridge again, city on top, secrets below. Hey. Engine humming under concrete like a whisper in the throat. Overpass above me carrying somebody else's load. I'm parked in the shadow where the road splits left and right, where the echoes of the traffic sound like distant muffled fight. Been driving all evening with the stomping in my chest. Not the bass, not the 808, but a stubborn little stress. Heartbeat hitting in staccato like it's scared of keeping time. Trying to match a world that's moving faster than this rhyme. So I slide into this pocket where the noise is kinda great, where the pillars hold the ceiling like they're holding back the day. Kill the lights, leave only dashboards glowing purple in the dark. Let the shadows on the wall turn my thoughts to piece of art. I can hear the overpass above me like a second pulse. Cars rushing to appointments, to escapes and to results. But down here it's slow and hollow like a basement for my mind. Little bunker where my panic doesn't have to act refined. Overpass heartbeat, drumming in the stone. 420 little sanctuary where I'm finding out alone. These are riff in mono, reverb on the wall. I can listen to my chest without the heat, so give your all. If the world keeps sprinting past me on the bright top of the street, I'll be down here with the echoes and this overpass heartbeat. I remember being younger, driving this same stretch of road. Speakers blasting, windows open, trying to carry every load. Didn't know it was anxiety, just called it I'm intense. Didn't recognize my tight jaw as a sign that life's too dense. Thought the shakes inside my fingers meant I wasn't built for life, that I lacked some hidden metal for this era sharpened knife. So I doubled down on busy, triply booked my every night. Told myself you stop and breathe when everything is finally right. But the finish line kept moving every time I got in range. Every victory turned normal, every upgrade feeling strange, till my chest began to protest with a beat that wouldn't smooth. Like a drummer dropping sticks and I refused to keep this groove. Now I'm sitting underneath the rush I used to idolize, listening to all the pounding from a much more grounded size. Realizing half the pressure comes from standing in the stream when you're allowed to step aside. Take a minute, let overpass heartbeat, drumming in a stone. 420 little sanctuary where I'm finally not alone. Bluesy riff in mono, reverb on the wall. I can listen to my chest without the hits, so give you all. If the world keeps sprinting past me on the bright top of the street, I'll be down here with the echoes and this overpass heartbeat.
packages and paddling when the current pulls too quick. Maybe it's in finding ladders on the side when you feel sick. Climbing out onto the embankment, letting shoes sink in the mud. Hearing all the noise above you like a distant harmless flood. So I lay my head on Everest like it's grass beneath the tree. Let the rumble in the concrete be a metronome for me. Sink my breath with all the passing like a tide that comes and goes. Tell my body we're not failures just because we need repose. Car interior smells like resin, like old leather, like my past. But it also smells like second chances I thought couldn't last. Like the nights I almost gave up, then discovered I could stay. Not by pushing through the panic, but by stepping out the fray. I put my palm against my sternum, feel that rhythm come a bit. Still a little out of tempo, but at least it wants to sit. And I promise that tomorrow when the highway begs for speed, I'll remember this small cavern where I honor what I need. I'll let others take the fast lane if that's what they choose to chase. I got nothing left to prove to people running their own race. If I have to duck beneath this bridge again to stop the spin, I'll be grateful that I know a place where I can drop the gas heartbeat. Drumming in the stone for a 20 little sanctuary where I'm finally not alone. Lose a riff in mono, reverb on the wall. I can listen to my chest without the hits, I'll give it all. If the world keeps sprinting past me on the bright top of the street, I'll be down here with the echoes and this overpass heartbeat. Engine on, lights return, I ease back into the flow. But the knowledge of the shelter rides along where I go. If they ask me how I manage when the pressure hits its peak, I'll say sometimes I go parking with my overpass heartbeat. With my overpass heartbeat.
you.